Hi my friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over leather weather fragrances, typically known as sweater weather, but I prefer to call it leather weather because I can't wait to bring out my leather jackets, my suede coats, my trench coats. So that's kind of the imagery that it evokes for me. So today we're just going to go over some of the fragrances I will be reaching for this season, autumn season. It's not going to be all the ones that I'm reaching for, but it will be the ones I'm going to be mindfully reaching for, and I'm likely going to need a part two. I just recently did a declutter of my collection, but I also had an influx. So the reason why I had to let go of a lot of fragrances is because I had an influx coming in. But I will definitely be recording what I had chosen to let go of in another video. So let's just hop right in because I don't want to be too much of a long video. And just to let you know, I won't be going over all the notes of these fragrances, but I will be trying to cover some of the main notes because again, this is not a review. It's just to kind of chit chat with you guys about what I will be wearing this autumn season. Okay, so first up here we have Kayali Sweet, show it to you guys, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And I absolutely love this. I'm definitely going to get a bigger one of this, but I want to finish this one up first. This has saffron in it. Obviously it has pink pepper. I believe it has rose as well. I think this is an absolute masterpiece. It is absolutely, it's sweet, but like a light, warm spiciness as well. So this definitely, I think, is more appropriate for the warm, the colder weather, like the crisp weather, not so much necessarily winter, but like the crisper, when there's a slight chill in the air. I think that pepper is going to do wonderfully in it. Yeah, no, there's definitely, I think Demai rose in here. And that pepper is, and that saffron just makes it a slight warm spiciness, not a sharp spiciness, and it's just going to do absolutely stunning. And I have a feeling I'm definitely going to go through this, and I will be picking up the bigger bottle because this is an absolutely stunning scent. All right, next up, we have this stunning bottle here. We have Valentino Donna. Not Donna born in Roma, but Donna. And I know Donna born in Roma and her flankers are absolutely raved about here on YouTube. And I don't have it in my collection. I think I might have, not I think, I know I smelt it a couple times in Sephora, but I did not love it enough to pick it up. I bought this from Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom. I don't remember where I bought it from. And it was a spontaneous buy, and I am so glad I bought it because at that time I had bought it, I hadn't heard of it. I just read the notes and I clicked it, and I bought it. And where Donna, born in Roma, which by the way, I hear people describe it, is very, a very sexy fragrance. This is her sister that is elegant, classy, sophisticated, and mysteriously sensual. That is what I get from here. So here we have rose, we have iris. Let's see, I'm trying to think, what else do we have here? Iris. Oh, and we have leather. And it's that leather note. I know it sounds so scary, but it just adds this edge to it. So whereas Donna born in Roma, you would think of wearing, just very provocative clothes and very beautiful and sexy, but this is her sister where you think of like intelligence. That intelligent kind of sexy? That is her. Somehow when I smell the leather in this, I think of leather-bound books, and that might not be a good way to explain it, but I don't know what else to say. So there's rose, there's iris, there's a slight powderiness here, but that leather is just so well blended. I was a little scared of the leather note, but it's just so beautiful. That way that rose and that leather and that iris just does something to it, and I am in love with this scent. And can we just talk about the bottle here? Absolutely stunning. So I think of, the girl in the library with leather-bound books around her, wearing a rose fragrance that not only breaks necks, but also steals hearts. That's Valentino Donna for me. And I know it's not a raved about scent, because I know people always have to qualify liking rose scents. I do not qualify liking rose scents. I love what I love, and I'm not going to justify it. And this is an absolutely stunning, sophisticated imagery. And another imagery it gives me is being on Fifth Avenue in the autumn, wearing a blazer, wearing long leather boots, like the equestrian boots, and shopping for shoes on Fifth Avenue and going for brunch. That's the imagery it gives me. And I think I'm speaking way too much on this because this is not a review, but Valentino Donna with that leather note, I definitely will be reaching for this this autumn. Okay, next up, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but it's Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. This is a very cozy, very yummy scent. This is from Philosophy. This is very creamy. I don't remember all the scents. I believe there's a cream accord in here, and there's cashmere, I think, in here. But I've spoken about this before on one of my first monthly reviews of the perfumes that I wore the month, and this to me is like a hug in a bottle. I think that's the only way I can describe it, and this is going to be great for wearing, you know, a cozy sweater, great for autumn. I'll wear this any time of year, but it's just gonna come alive during this time of year. So again, I'm not gonna speak too much on this because I'm sure it's on everybody's list. Now, this one right here, Guerlain La Petite Robe Noire. So this one had to grow on me. I had this in my collection for about a year, and it kind of got lost in all the fragrances that I had. And two, my nose had to grow to appreciate the licorice note. But the most odd thing about this perfume is that I just loved going up to my collection and just sniffing it. So to my nose, this is gonna sound weird, it smells like flat cherry Pepsi. It smells like flat cherry Pepsi. And I enjoyed the smell, but still my nose kind of had to get adjusted to the licorice note. So I used to love just going up, spraying it in the air and just smelling it. Again, it's very specific, flat cherry Pepsi. If you've ever smelled flat cherry Pepsi soda, this is what it smells like. But add a little licorice and it's just a beautiful scent. And now I'm gonna give it a try this autumn because it is nice, and I'm going to appreciate licorice scents. Just like with pink sugar, I had to grow to appreciate the licorice, and I have Agent Provocateur scent as well with licorice, so my nose is becoming more in tune to it. So I'm definitely going to be giving this a run this year. So I mean, there's a little dent, but if you're familiar with my dents, this dent isn't really denting, so this is not much of a dent for me. Yeah, so definitely going to be giving this a little run for its money. Just push this one to the back. Okay, now this one, we have Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. This has, let's see, this is supposedly a tropical lactonic fragrance. There's mango in it, I believe. There's pineapple, guava, there's lactonic notes. There's vetiver and cedar amongst the ones that are coming to my mind. And for this one, I'm just going to say off the bat, I don't really get the lactonic notes. I get a little bit of mango. I don't really get pineapple. It is a pretty scent. And again, this is totally fall appropriate. This is a heavy bottle, so I don't know if I can open this with one hand. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this on the floor. And I know it's not listed on the notes, but I could swear this has an oud note. And oud, another way to pronounce it would be oud. But it doesn't list it anywhere. This just says vetiver and cedar. But I could swear when I smell this that there's an oud note in there. But again, I guess that's the beautiful thing about fragrance, is that it's subjective, and you know, sometimes people don't always say what the notes are, or sometimes your brain just interprets it differently. So because of that cedar, because of that vetiver, and what I think is oud in this, I think is very fall appropriate. So, you know, even though you hear like mango and pineapple and guava and lactonic notes, you would think of the summer, but because of those heavier, denser base notes, to me this screams autumn. So if you want a little mango kick, a realistic, photorealistic mango, this would be it. But also that mango note for my notes doesn't last that long. It's there in the beginning, but it's sort of fleeting with the top notes, and then those base notes really come in, and I don't really get the lactonic notes, so I like to blend this with other perfumes to kind of enhance that lactonic notes. So I'll definitely be getting more wear out of this. And again, this is Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. Okay, and now the next one we have is Ellis Brooklyn Bee. So this one can be a little bit of a challenging fragrance, but I would urge you to just try and stick with it. I discovered this fragrance when I had bought something else from Sephora, and I had gotten a sample size of this in my box. I don't remember what I bought, what perfume it was that I bought, but I had gotten a sample of this, and I absolutely fell in love with it, but not at first sniff, because there is a Nirvana note in here. There is, I believe it's rum, not cognac, I believe it's rum. And I believe there's a brand note also. So in the opening for the first 10 minutes, I can see how maybe this is not so much of a popular fragrance, because I can see how that can maybe turn people's nose away. But I sensed that strong honey note, so I was willing to push through. It was a really nice scent, but my nose wasn't really jiving with that rum note and that Nirvana. And brine I don't mind, but I pushed through to the 10 minutes, and the way that it melded with my skin, it was such a true honey scent. This is a true honey scent if you can get past all that other beginning notes, and they die down and they just add a complexity to the honey. So all those like Nirvana and rum notes that are smacking you in the face when you first smell it, it melds, it molds, and it just adds a beautiful sophistication and complexity to the honey scent. So I definitely want to be getting more aware of this during this autumn. So I'm very, very excited for this one right here. Okay, the next one up, I mean, this is like an honor, like, I mean, it's Kayali Vanilla 28. Does it really need an introduction? This is a beautiful brown sugar vanilla scent with orchid, I believe. So there's florals in here, but I really get that brown sugar and I get that vanilla. It's so well blended. Kayali means my imagination in Arabic, and the Katans, they really did it with their imagination on this one. It is obviously not a beast mode. It is not a strong projector, but it is a beautiful, comforting scent, in the sense that comforting in the sense of not comforting as in like a lavender comforting. I think it's comforting to me because just vanilla brings such great memories to me. And that brown sugar makes me think of banking, which makes me think of comforting. But it is a seductive scent in a comforting way. I have no idea if that just made any sense. This is great on its own, but it also layers so well. And again, this is not a big dent for me, because again, I got it late. I got it in the warmer weather. No, it's not the warmer weather. As it was transitioning from colder to warmer weather, so I didn't get much of an opportunity to wear it. This is not something I really reach for in this spring and the summer. So just because of the timing that I bought it, I wasn't really able to get the true beauty out of, true use out of this. So I'm super excited to be wearing it this fall and pairing it. Super excited for this beautiful, beautiful perfume here. Next one up. This isn't very popular for people to talk about, but this is Victoria's Secret Bombshell Gold. It is discontinued. Ooh, let me just wipe that. This is discontinued, but it's still readily available. This is a beautiful woody scent. It has lychee, it has vanilla, it has sugar, it has lychee, vanilla, sugar. What else? And wood. I think woody notes. And it is such a beautiful, sophisticated scent. Oh my goodness. It's bright. You get that sugar, you get that lychee, but that woody note just kind of makes it sophisticated. It makes me feel like I'm on Fifth Avenue eating brunch, and I'm wearing a beautiful like tan suede blazer. That's just kind of the imagery that it puts me in. I'm reading a book in Abba Pain, just having a espresso and just living my best life. But it's sophisticated, and I don't know why it's not raved about. I understand it's discontinued, but a lot of people rave about discontinued scents. But this is readily available for a decent price, and you can see I got a little bit of a dent in here. But again, if you're familiar with my fragrances, this dent isn't really anything for me. Again, the timing that I had bought it was at a time where it was, again, the same thing with this and this. It was kind of as it was turning from colder to warmer, so I didn't really get a chance to opportunity to wear it. So I'm really going to be reaching for it this autumn. And again, that vanilla, that lychee, that woody scent, that sugar scent. This is a sweet woody fragrance. Of course, it's a dominantly woody note, but that all those sweeter elements, the vanilla, just adds this beauty to it, sophistication, and I'm so excited to wear her. So again, this is Victoria's Secret Bombshell Gold. And let's just take a moment for the bottle. All right. So moving along, this we have here is Nirvana Black by Elizabeth and James. And I have been in love with Elizabeth and James fragrances since I believe it first got released. And I got myself the white one and the black one, the Nirvana White and Nirvana Black. And this is such a nice fragrance. And I don't understand, well, I guess I can kind of understand because it's more on the simplistic side, but why people don't hype it up even more than it is. I mean, for one, I don't know if some people consider this tacky, but I am in love. I'm in love with this packaging. I think it is sophisticated. I don't think it screams celebrity fragrance. If for those of you who are not familiar with Elizabeth and James, this is the Olsen twins, and they named the company after their brother and their sister because of their uptown and downtown fashion. So the sister was uptown, the brother was downtown fashion. So it was kind of in honor of them. And I love this scent. So this has sandalwood in there, this has violet, and it has vanilla. It's a very simple fragrance, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a beauty. It's mostly like just sandalwood to my nose with a bit of vanilla. And I love wearing it on its own, but I also love pairing it. And just to kind of give you a little hint, I love pairing it with Victoria's Secret Bear because it has similar notes. It has, if you're not familiar with Victoria's Secret Bear, it has violet, it has mandarin, but it also has sandalwood. And so this kind of adds a little bit of extra depth to Bear from Victoria's Secret. But even on its own, I just enjoy it, and it brings back such good memories of being in New York. And again, just this bottle just does it for me. So I'm definitely reaching for that. And the next one up, we have Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Vanille. And this is, I can already tell this is not going to be for everybody. As you can see, this is Tom Ford right here. I will be getting the larger size once I'm done with this because I even have the body spray of it that I want to first go through first. One, this has very precious memories for me, the scent, but even the scent itself is objectively great. This has tobacco, it has spicy notes, it has cacao, it has vanilla, it has tonka. So this is a denser scent, and it's definitely not going to be for everybody. But if you like to be a little bit edgy, you like unisex fragrances. I mean, I love my sweet gourmands. Do not get me wrong, but I have another side of me where I love unisex fragrances, right? I love things that kind of go in between what would be marketed as a female scent and a male scent. I think that's just more indicative of my personality, like the yin and yang of just life. And I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. And I'm so excited to be able to finish this up this autumn. And I will be getting the bigger size once I'm done with the 2 bottles that I have right now. But again, this is not a safe blind for everybody. But if you know you like tobacco scents, this is great. And the vanilla just adds something else to it, and that tonka, so amazing. And the next one up, we have Montale Dark Purple. This is a niche brand, and I have so many Montales. I absolutely love this brand. And Dark Purple, I believe it has orange, plum, geranium, it has rose, it has patchouli. Don't get scared by me saying patchouli, please don't. There's teakwood and amber. To me, the imagery that this gives me when I wear it is being out on a crisp autumn morning in the woods, right? And I'm wearing long leather equestrian boots. I'm wearing a thin quilted navy blue jacket with brown elbow patches on obviously my elbows. And it's morning and I'm just going for early morning walk, and you can smell the leaves, the wood from the trees. So it's that teak wood, but then you also get like the roses. Obviously, I don't think there's really roses in the woods, but still, that's kind of the imagery that it gives me, that if there were fruits in the trees in the woods, oh my God, this is a horrible example. But if there were, right, you have a little bit of the darker fruits. It's not a sweet fruit. I'm going to be very clear here. So the orange and the plum, it's not sweet. It is darker. So it adds a sort of fruitiness without being sweet. I don't know any other way to describe it, but it is absolutely a really pretty fragrance. I am excited to get more use of it this fall. And that teakwood just puts my brain like I'm on an early morning walk in the woods, right? And as you're walking, you hear the crunching of the autumn leaves beneath your boots. And it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. It's definitely not a sweet scent. That wood dominant, and the fruits are not fruity, but they add a nice dark juicy element. If I don't know if that makes sense. Again, I'm not sure if I'm good at explaining fragrances, but that's kind of what it does to me, and this is something I'm excited to wear. So this is definitely a darker rose scent. This is heavier on the woods. And the next one up, second to last one, oh, little cat here, excusez-moi. So this is Kenzo Amour. So again, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be for everybody. It's a very comforting scent. This has rice in it. I believe this has a tea note. And it almost gives like a Play-Doh-y note. Oh, this is so comforting. No, definitely there's this Play-Doh-y note to it. It fades when it's on the skin, but initially it is Play-Doh-y. But I don't mind because I loved Play-Doh when I was a kid. So it has very fond memories for me. So for me, it's not a bad thing. I don't know if I would necessarily wear this out and about, out of the house. I would wear it while I'm in the house, while I'm watching a movie on the couch, or just running around, or I just need a little comfort while going to bed. So this would be like in the house scent. But that rice note, I would never think in a million years that I would have enjoyed the scent of rice in my perfume. But that's the beauty about fragrance. Like the most unexpected notes sometimes are sometimes the most comforting. There's tea and there's incense. Kenzo does put a lot of incense, I believe, in his perfumes, but I don't really sense it. It adds a little something, but it's not something I would think, oh gosh, that's incense. So this is very comforting. I would recommend this if you don't mind a Play-Doh-y smell. And again, would be in the house. I wouldn't go out the house with this. And even though it is discontinued, it's still readily available for a decent price. So again, this is Kenzo Amour. And the last one up, we have Juliette Has a Gun. And this is... I love the weight of the caps of the Juliette Has a Gun. Okay, so this is another powdery scent here, and this is very comforting. This has raspberry, I believe. This has orange blossom, maybe, or some kind of orangey note. So I think it might be orange blossom, and it is powdery, and there's almond in here. And that almond and that raspberry and that powderiness makes it so comforting. It is not a beast mode. It is not a strong projector. But if somebody who's into in your personal space will smell you, and you will be comforted. Yeah, so again, this is like the Kenzo Amore. I don't really see myself maybe wearing this outside. This is more of an in-the-house scent. Or if I have guests over in the house, I would be wearing this. Not everything has to be worn outside the house. Sometimes it's okay to have an in-the-house scent. And this is very comforting. I'm super excited to be wearing this in the autumn for when I'm just, doing my house chores or have guests in the house. And I want to smell yummy and powdery. And I know when you say powdery, it might sound weird, but powdery also has a very comforting element to it. And that almond just adds something else to it. And yeah, I definitely will be reaching for that more this autumn. And again, this is Juliette Has a Gun. Okay, so this is just an overview. Hopefully this wasn't too long. So just to give you a quick recap of what I will be reaching for. So we have Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, Valentino Donna Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere Philosophy, La Petite Robe Noire by Guerlain. We have Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. We have B by Ellis Brooklyn. We have Victoria's Secret Bombshell Gold. We have, we have Kayali Vanilla 28. We have Elizabeth and James Black Nirvana. We have Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. We have Montale Dark Purple. We have Juliette Has a Gun, and Kenzo Amore. Okay, thank you, my friends, for joining me in this video. I appreciate you if you stayed to the end. Even if you didn't, I appreciate you anyway. Definitely, I will be doing a part 2. And just a gentle reminder to take a moment to thank somebody today, even if it's for something small. And more importantly, take a moment to thank God. Because if you're here watching this video, that means we made it into yet another day. And even with our trials and tribulations, God is great. All right. Thank you, my friend. Bye.